Welcome so much, our viewers. We always glad and we always happy to have you here. And welcome to this show, ambayo is Beyond the Headlines. We always here to discuss and see what has been happening during the week. And we only tuko hapa to just be able to discuss very few topics of what has been happening, ili tuweze kuelezana na tuweze kujua ni yapi ambayo yamekuwa kiendelea. So we are welcome so much, and we are glad to have Kimani. Hey, karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Hey.
Nashukuru kwa kunialika katika studio za Mizpah TV.
Okay.
Asubuhi ya leo.
Yeah.
July is gone. We hope the cold will also be gone. So we are saying kwa heri cold, and we will come a warmer month, the month of August.
Yes.
It's not known for very good things. It has been known to take the who is who in this country in the past, but we hope that will not happen this month. So I'm very delighted to be in this studio today. It's a colorful studio. You know, you are extending your boundaries. People in Narok are saying hi, so they are listening to us. They are watching us live, which is a very great thing to be proud of. Nakuru has been great under the leadership of Her Excellency Governor Susan Kihika. Just the other weekend, was it last weekend, she called on the leadership of the county, the parliamentarians, the members of parliament, and even the MCAs to come together and soldier on together. And it's a call that I echo and back, because they always say umoja ni nguvu, utengano ni udhaifu. And when I saw it is initially the UDA team. If you looked at the team that assembled at Masejeri, it is the initial UDA team. Only that we had the inclusion of Irene Joki, the member of parliament for Bahati, and Honorable Arama, the member of parliament for Nakuru Town West. But the call for unity is one dear thing, given that majority of our goals, development goals, are not resident on the shoulders of the county governor only. If you look at the kind of stuff that she's doing, and the kind of proposals and the requests that she relayed to the president when she visited the State House, you can echo and believe in her that once we are united, we are able to drive the development agenda for Nakuru, both that was held in the manifesto and even that is carried by the president, His Excellency the President. For example, if you look at the development and the upgrading of our hospitals, during her campaigns, Governor Susan Kihika promised Nakurians that every sub-county would have a level 4 hospital. And so far, we have one upcoming in Subukia, we have one being commenced in Rongai, and another one in Kuretoi. We had one in Maimahiu. I think it's awaiting finalization and staffing and equipping. She has also done the same to all our dispensaries, making sure that not just the structures that were built previously by her predecessor. You know, when you are passerby, you only see a structure. You are not able to tell, is this structure equipped? Is this structure staffed? So Governor Susan Kihika has been instrumental in making sure that all our dispensaries across the county have been staffed and have been equipped, which is good for the services of the residents of this great county of ours. And this came just shortly after we had some visitation by the DCP team, which came up to Subukia, and on their way to Mailisita, they were blocked by Askaris, and they felt a little bit aggrieved, and it was not a very nice scenario. It also came at the same particular time when the party leader for DCP, Bwana Rigathi Gachagua, while in the USA, decided for no good reason to attack the first gentleman for Nakuru, Bwana Samboro, claiming that he should not be doing business with the government. And we are asking Bwana Rigathi, is it only the old men who are who are allowed to do business with the government? Samboro is young, yes, but you cannot tell us that young men and women of this particular country will not do business with the government of the day. So allow Samboro to exercise his he's a business guru. He knows how to handle business issues, and not just business issues. When it came to the issue of unity of purpose in Nakuru, remember this UDA team, he was there during the formation stages of the party. And here in Nakuru, even for us who are in Azimio, can live to tell the muscle of that particular gentleman when it comes to politics and political arrangements. So he's been good. He's been in Nakuru. He went to London, worked together with Her Excellency the Governor, where they were able to empower a number of youth and youth groups with a few machines here and there, car wash machines and the likes, so that they can set up some businesses and start to have a living. The only thing that we are requesting the county government is that some of the youth groups received those machines, but they have nowhere to operate. So let there be some spaces that will be allocated to those youth so that they can carry on with their empowered life.
Thank you so much for giving us the county highlights.
Asante sana.
We're always grateful and we appreciate. And you know, each and every leader, when wakati mtu akifanyia in after the election, you're not a leader of ODM, you're a leader to each and every person.
Exactly.
So you are entitled to serve each and every person.
Sure.
And you know, according now also to what the president said, it's just like this is just like an exam.
True.
So kutakuwa na either the checklisting, what they said they will do, what they
if they will have done, why not? Why deny them another term?
Even those the activities that they have not been able to do, they are going out to explain it.
Exactly.
But tutangojea hayo yote, we are going to see. So thank you so much. So this week imekuwa happen na so many activities ambazo zimekuwa pale. Tumekuwa tukiona, you know, kumekuwa na the issue of the teachers, and also pia tumekuwa tukiona some few laws ambazo zimekuwa ziki
even the reduction of the fee for our university students.
So maybe we can start with the issue of education, and maybe we can deal with the issue of teachers, and also the issue of reduction of the education fees, and also the hostel you know, fees ambazo zimekuwa pale. You know, the education sector imekuwa faced with a lot of issues, especially peer capitation. Na tuliona some of even the schools wamekuwa forced kufunga mapema due to the late disbursement of those capitation. Na at the same time pia tuliona ya kwamba kuna pay rise kidogo ya walimu
for the teachers,
for the teachers kulingana na the job group.
At least they are feeling cushioned.
Kuna wengine wanasema it's just a drop of the ocean, but it is what now the government can be able to do. Na pia mambo ya university. So what is your take now according to those?
I think one exciting thing is first of all it's the interesting discussion between Bahati and even the president regarding the longevity of free secondary and primary education. This is an issue that has been on our news headlines for quite some time, and we were wondering which script was Bahati reading, because this is a dream that was born out of goodwill by the former president Mwai Kibaki. May his soul rest in peace. And he meant well for this particular country, and I don't think anybody who is meaning well for this particular country can decide all of a sudden, wake up one day and decide there is no free primary education and secondary education. It is something that we need to cultivate, and I like the correction that was done by His Excellency the President, when he said that we cannot afford to drop this particular ball. We have to keep on kicking it. We have to keep on rolling up that particular program. One, in honor of the former president, and two, in the goodwill for our young ones who are in school, both in primary and secondary education. It is during the same time that we have had an announcement from the guy in charge, the lady in charge of higher education, where he also made some correction and said, no, don't be worried, our university students, because we are going to lower down the fee, the entry fee for the universities, which is a relief to majority of the parents, because education is an equalizer, and it's good that we offer an equal opportunity or equal opportunities to everyone who is pursuing higher studies. So it's a great thing for the teachers. They have something to smile. I have a sister who is a teacher. She had begun regretting why she elected the UDA government, but the other day she called me and told me, hey, naona wametushughulikia. So I think it's a good thing. Remember the parliamentarians, when they were talking, they were looking at the tax levels in this particular country. For them, they made sure that they cushioned themselves against the taxes. Why not cushion every other civil servant, so that we can have a streamlined kind of structure and civil service, so that everybody feels well taken good care of. I think it's good for the teachers. We are used to having them along the streets, raising twigs of trees and claiming they are haki. That has been the norm. So it's it's a good thing when you begin with showing an excellent plan on how you are going to execute the pay rise. I think, and I give kudos to those who are involved, the president himself and even the Ministry of Education at large. That's a great gesture. May it continue even to our nurses and even our medical personnel.
And I think, according to what I saw, is that the CS body was, he's so used to saying the truth. And he doesn't know how to sugarcoat.
I think that's why the president hired him into that particular docket. Remember, earlier on we had people who are promising. Tutaangalia hiyo maneno. But for him, he's so blunt. Hakuna pesa. Adjust your belts. Tighten your belts. And, we have had a case of population increase in the country against a stagnant economy. From 2015 up to now, we have had a very hectic time with a huge number of students coming from universities and high institutions of learning, but there are no jobs for them. So when such adjustments are made, I think it's a relief to everyone, because once these teachers get their salaries, they don't consume it alone. They help us in circulating money around. Mwalimu kabla atoke pale nyumbani anapitia pale barabarani, anapigiwa kiatu rangi, mwingine anapitia kwa kinyozi, anahakikisha nywele yake imekaa imara.
So we are grateful for the achievement.
Sure.
I know that hata wale wengine this is just a positive assurance.
Exactly.
That, because pia tulikuwa tumeona pia kwa the police service pia kulikuwa na kitu kidogo waliambia itaingia.
Exactly.
So at the same time we have seen what has happened now to the teachers and then even to other departments. Something good is coming.
And because this is happening to those who are already employed, Bwana Kimotho, it's good that the government also makes sure that we have a conducive environment that is attractive to investors, be it local investors or even foreign investors, so that when they pump their money into some investments here in the country, they also create jobs. Because if we rely on the mainstream government, that is the Public Service Commission, to offer jobs to our jobless youth, it will not be sufficient, because you realize that we are releasing quite a huge number of students into the job market. Every year we are doing 1 million. So from 2015 to 2025, we have done 10 million. But the government has only been able to absorb, say, 880,000 out of that. So we are talking about 9 million students, or rather jobless youth, who are out in the country looking for jobs. When they hear of salary increment for those who are continuing, they are also in shock. They are wondering, why are you increasing their salaries, yet for us they are jobless? So it's good that we check around all corners and ensure that these jobless youths, they are not just jobless, they are skilled jobless Kenyans. And once you are skilled and you don't have anywhere to exercise your skills, that's where you end up with the thuggery. Because some will use their knowledge in chemistry to construct and maybe synthesize some explosives, and in the experiments we end up having some explosions here and there with the destruction of property and the loss of life. So it's good that we channel those skills into their rightful channels that are productive.
So on other issues that has happened during the week, to make out there are certain provisions. We have seen there are other regulations, proposals that Nakada waliweza kuleta. Na pia tumekuwa tukiona that is kulikuwa na cabinet meeting, pia wakapitisha sheria zingine pale. So on an overview of what Nakada proposes, wali propose that is the drinking age itoke from 18 to 21 years. Na pia wakapropose even the sale of the same to the same age. Na pia even to the wale pia ambao wanafanya kazi hayo bado remain to the same. Na pia waka enforce ile regulation of 300 meters away from the schools and other premises. Na so kuna hayo mambo ambayo yameweza kuonekana pia even the advertisement itself na mambo yale mengine, kuna some of the regulations that is Nakada waliweza kuweka pale. Na unajua sasa pia hii imetokana na ile mtazamo ambayo imekuwa pale na yale mambo ambayo mko kiona, na pia the overview itself.
Exactly. I think just like is it Honorable Mutudha, who was the former Nakada boss, kind of rubbished those proposals that were highlighted by Nakada. And he revisited his Mutudho laws, which were very well thought of, well researched, and they only needed some implementation.
Okay.
So he is wondering why they are coming up with the new suggestions that only appear to handle the access to alcohol and alcoholic drinks.
Yeah.
Because they talked about the supermarkets, they talked about chemists, they talked about petrol stations.
Yeah.
Easy access areas where people are able to access their alcoholic drinks. But somebody was reminding me, like our wives and our daughters and our house helps, they don't go for alcoholic drinks so that they can get drunk. Some of them are ingredients that they use in the kitchen. Even our chefs do go to the supermarkets to purchase akina vinegar and the like that are alcoholic in nature for use in their cookery. So access to alcoholic drinks is something that had been elaborately tackled by Mutudho laws. Why are they reinventing the wheel? It's only about the implementation and enforcement area that I feel that there needs some there is need for some tightening. Because in the previous cases we have had drunk askaris going to the drunk and drinking dens to go and control sale of alcohol and illicit alcohol. How will they handle that if they themselves are consumers of the same thing that we are calling illicit? I think all we need to do is, and I beg Nakada to not ignore the advice given by Mutudho. Mutudho is a guru in this particular field, and he was very thorough. And if you can remember, when Mutudho laws were introduced during Kibaki regime, we had very good success stories about the whole thing. Remember, there is a tag within the Mutudho laws that talks about the revenue generated from sale of alcoholic drinks and licensing of the alcoholic selling joints. The money is collected, the revenue collected, part of that money should go into treatment of the alcoholic addicts that we get. They should be paid for their rehab, because we are the one allowing the sale of this particular alcohol. So the revenue that we generate should go into construction of rehab centers. Say in every area that you have this much revenue collected from sale of alcohol, there should be this volume of or this kind of available structure with staff, with medication and equipment to make sure that our addicts are taken good care of. And I think one of our PWDs here from Bahati, he has an organization called Bawapa. He himself is a victim of alcoholic drinks, where he lost his sight out of drinking, and he's coming up with ways of creating awareness about how it happened to him and how it can happen to everybody else, and so that people can take caution. We encourage some of those things, and the funding of such activities should come from the sale and licensing of those particular alcoholic drinks.
I think when you remember the Mutudho laws, it came up when we didn't have the new constitution.
True.
He really tried to his level best.
Exactly.
And I think now we have a lot of laws in our nation. The only things that we need is enforcement,
and implementation.
And also implementation, and also some of the things that can be seen. For example, there was a cry for so many people. Why do you have liquor, wine and spirit liquor licensing of 9 to 10, 5, 9 to 10 in the same area? So ukiangalia pia now also kuna ile the regulation of licensing, which needs to be done by the county government, because how ndio wanapeana license, because without a license you cannot operate that business. So I think there are some of the things that need to be done even as we wait, because these were just proposals. They are yet now to go to the public to discuss. Na pia tuliona the liquor business community, they wakikam raising their own issues, raising their own things ambao wamekuwa wako nazo pale. So we are really going to see what is going now to happen, because at the end of the day there is need for a balance.
To have regulation.
Yeah.
And one of the avenues that they have opened through the kind of proposal that they have come up with is the kind of bribes that is being collected by our askaris. So let's see loopholes
in all corners
for exploitation by the enforcement officers.
So pia on other issues because unaona pia time kuna other regulations ambazo tuliona zikifanyika pale, especially of the cabinet meeting. Pia tuliona the regulation ya conflict of interest law ambayo ina ban the public the state wale watu ambao wameajiriwa na serikali, the civil servant from engaging in activities ama
doing business with the
business contract, engaging in any other activity ambayo inaweza leta conflict of interest.
That is it.
Either ikwe ni whatever reason ambayo inaweza kuwa pale. At the same time tuliona pia kuna regulation of the church law ambayo ilikuwa pale, formation of a commission, na pia ni regulation ya religious kwa sababu ni a church, mosque na pia other nini ambazo ziko pale. It's just now those are some of the things. Na pia tunaona privatization of Kenya pipeline. So here mambo,
I think on the issue of conflict of interest, I say kudos and thank you, Bwana President, because this is long overdue. We have had the cases of corruption, and in your fight for against corruption, that is a good starting point, because corruption is bred by those who are in government, those who are in civil service, because they are the one who realizes when a key tender is about to be floated, and they start organizing themselves and their relatives so that they can earn that particular tender. So it's a timely thing, and it's a good start for fight against corruption. Regarding the laws on the religious organizations, again, everything should be put in control. If you leave everything open, it's to be open for abuse. So it's good that we have some regulations governing the way we do things, so that we also curb the exploration and the spread of such organizations, some of whom those who are manning them or those who are running them, one, do not have the requisite knowledge about whatever they are preaching to Kenyans. So it's good that everything that happens in this particular country is regulated. Hata Waswahili walisema kipya kinyemi kigawa kidoda, lakini huenda ukapata mambo mengi mapya, especially those things that are happening that we are absorbing from the Western countries that are not relevant for our country, and especially for our youth.
So regulations, they need to be there, because we saw what happened with the Shakahola thing ambayo ilifanyika pale.
Exactly.
So kuna wakati kulikuwa na issue of terrorism, kwa insight of some of the Islam leaders walikuwa involved in somehow. So kuna hiyo regulation inahitaji kuwa pale, and we are going to see what is going to aspire. And also now pia kwa hiyo regulation ya conflict of interest, I hope ita cascade down to kwa sababu utakuta for example, unaweza kuta, unajua sasa kama ni mambo ya licensing, unakuta kama ni one of a state officer ako na wine and spirit mahali, ndiye anaenda kufanya
in charge of vetting,
ndiye ako na mambo na vetting. So hii ni mambo ambayo inafaa,
ama unapata askari polisi yeye anaangalia mambo ya matatu, gari lake huwa linaachiliwa lipite, wengine wanaambiwa hapana, you have to go through the assessment.
We also saw that pia kuna doctors ambao wameajiriwa na government, wako na private clinics, kuna masaa ambao wako nao pale. Tumekuwa tukiona pia kuna some of the teachers wako na their own school somewhere. So I think
that should be handled.
Inafaa ikuwe handled,
and it is good that is coming prior to the likely privatization of KPC. So that when we privatize KPC, it's not the same government officers who are in charge of the energy sector, who are in charge of various ministries that are going to purchase shares for this particular Kenya Pipeline Corporation. So, and whenever such a privatization issues arise, it's always good to inform the public and let them participate fully in the whole exercise, so that we do not end up with court cases thereafter. And if it is in goodwill, if Kenyans have a goodwill for that particular exercise, so be it.
So thank you so much.
Asante.
At least tumeweza kudiscuss very few of the so many things ambazo zimekuwa zikihappen. We are also grateful. So utawaambiaje watazamaji
wetu? Mimi nazidi kuambia tuweke amani na hii mambo ya sayote one term. Let us say about one term when it is 6 months to elections. That time it will have some meaning. Bwana Kimotho, we have been together in the various political formations. remember the way NAC, the initial National Alliance Rainbow Coalition was formed. It was barely 9 months to elections. Jubilee formation was between URP and TNA happened within the last 6 months of the election time. So we are hearing about this 2 years to elections, and they are claiming to be very ready for leadership. Shauri yenu mnapambana na dume ambaye atawavuruga. Today we are receiving guests. We have His Excellency the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable Kidiki, Professor Kidiki mwenyewe. He will be visiting our county. He will be in Joro, maybe from around 10-11 there. So watu wa Joro, watu wa Nakuru, tumlaki mgeni, tumkaribishe mgeni, na tumuonyesha kwamba sisi ni wakarimu, na sisi tunawapenda wageni. Kumbuka anakuja wakati ambapo Her Excellency the Governor had taken some proposals, some requests to His Excellency the President. So a follow-up is likely to happen. So Bwana Kidiki, welcome to 032, County 032.
Thank you so much, Kim, for coming and joining us. Shukran. Thank you also for your comments on all of your overview. Thank you so much. So as we close on, it's just a reminder that on Saturday tuko na interdomination prayers ambayo imekuwa organized by Bahati and Subukia Pastors Fellowship, na itakuwa hosted here in Mizpah House of Prayer. Karibuni sana ili tuweze kujumuika pamoja kwa maombi and support our nation. Thank you so much. Have a blessed weekend.